Welcome back to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
Glad to be here and ready to get right into it.
Yeah, definitely. And just really quickly, today's material is actually drawn from a SpeakDuo lesson. So if you're listening and you want to practice what we talk about, you can go to SpeakDuo.com.
Right.
It's this really cool platform where you can, meet new people from around the world to practice English on video calls. It's a great way to build your speaking confidence.
It really is, yeah. That real-time practice makes a huge difference. And, keeping with that spirit of just getting things done, we're skipping the lengthy introductions today.
Sounds good to me.
Our mission is just diving straight into the idioms. We've got these specific phrases curated for advanced English learners.
Right. Because, you want to sound highly natural.
Yeah.
Whether you're in the workplace talking with colleagues or even during, an exam like the IELTS.
Exactly. The nuances matter.
So let's start by looking at phrases used when, a project or a workday is just getting off the ground and people need to be organized.
Yeah, the starting line.
Right. And the first phrase from the lesson is to round up.
To round up, right.
And the basic detail here is gathering scattered people or things together, like gathering a team for a quick meeting. But my question is, how is this different from just saying to gather? Why not just say that?
Well, gather is fine, but it's just a standard assembly. It's very neutral.
Okay.
But round up implies the nuance that the subjects were, scattered or really busy or hard to find. Think of it like a farmer rounding up sheep.
Oh, wow, right. So it's not just, hey, come here.
Exactly. It implies effort. Like if you say in a workplace, I need to round up the department heads for an emergency sync, you're acknowledging that they are busy doing other things.
You actually have to go find them and pull them away from their desks.
Precisely. So once you've rounded up the team, the next step is making sure everyone actually has the same information, right?
Yeah, getting everyone on the same page. Which brings us to the next phrase. To fill someone in.
To fill someone in, yes.
Meaning giving someone missing or updated information, like sharing meeting notes. But again, I have to ask, why not just use the alternative and say, to tell someone?
Right. Well, filling someone in specifically implies that there's a gap in their knowledge.
Oh, like a piece of the puzzle is missing.
Exactly. Usually because they were absent or, out of the loop on a specific project. You aren't just telling them a random fact.
Right. You're catching them up.
Yeah. A great workplace example would be, since you missed yesterday's strategy briefing, let me fill you in on the new client timelines.
That sounds so much more professional than just saying, let me tell you what happened.
It really does. It shows you recognize they were missing. And then once you filled them in, you have to actually test if they can do the work.
Ah, right. Putting them to the test.
Yeah.
Which is our third phrase. To take someone through their paces.
To take someone through their paces. This means thoroughly testing or guiding someone through a process.
Like a mentor with new hires during their first week, I guess?
Yeah, exactly.
But, why not just say to train them? What's the nuance there?
So training can be passive. You sit in a room, you watch a video. But taking someone through their paces, that is a rigorous, practical, hands-on test of their abilities.
Oh, so you're really making them sweat a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, let's see what you can actually do. If you're taking the IELTS, especially part 2, where you describe learning a skill, this is a great one.
Oh, definitely. How would you use it there?
You could say, when I first learned to code professionally, my senior manager really took me through my paces with complex tests.
That sounds incredibly natural. And it shows you understand it was a difficult, hands-on process.
Right. But, no matter how well you organize or train a team, things inevitably go wrong.
Oh, always. Chaos is guaranteed.
Yeah, which brings us to our next set of phrases about dealing with stress.
Okay, navigating chaos. And the phrase here is in turmoil, meaning a state of great confusion or strong emotional upset, like a whole office reacting to surprising news.
Right, in turmoil.
But how does that compare to just being confused?
Oh, it's way heavier. Turmoil is a much heavier word.
Right.
It implies chaotic action, instability, actual emotional distress.
Right, so confused is just, I don't understand this spreadsheet.
Exactly. But turmoil is, here's a workplace example. Following the abrupt resignation of the chief executive, the entire corporate hierarchy was left in complete turmoil.
Wow, yeah. That paints a picture of people running around completely stressed out.
Yeah, it's systemic panic, basically.
And when a workplace is in turmoil like that, you desperately look for immediate relief.
You really do. Which leads us to the next phrase, heaven sent.
Heaven sent, meaning arriving exactly at the right time when something is needed, like, I don't know, a neighbor offering an umbrella during a sudden storm.
Perfect example, yeah.
But isn't that just being lucky?
Well, it's more than that. Heaven sent carries this nuance of perfect timing that solves a desperate, immediate need. It feels almost miraculous.
Ah, so it's not just finding $5 on the street. It's finding $5 when you need exactly $5 to buy a train ticket to escape a chasing bear.
Well, yeah, a bit extreme, but yes. Let's look at a workplace example. You might say that unexpected grant funding was heaven sent. Our research project was running out of cash.
Right, because if they didn't get it, the project was dead.
Exactly. It's a lifesaver.
So when we face that kind of workplace turmoil, and we're waiting for that heaven-sent relief, we often need a specific person to help us process it, right?
Definitely. We need to confide in someone.
To confide in someone, meaning sharing private thoughts or problems with a trusted person.
Yeah, and the key difference between this and just talking to someone is the vulnerability.
Okay, like you're taking a risk.
Huge risk.
Yeah.
Confiding involves a high level of secrecy and absolute trust in the listener's discretion. You wouldn't just confide in anybody at the water cooler.
Right, I wouldn't confide in someone who's a known gossip.
Exactly. So for an IELTS Part 2 context, you might say, knowing she could trust his absolute discretion, she decided to confide in her mentor regarding her plans to switch careers.
That's a great example. It really highlights the trust aspect.
It does. And, overcoming all these challenges, the turmoil, the training, it ultimately leads to reaching the top of your professional game.
The peak of the mountain.
Yeah. And how others react to it. So let's talk about being in one's prime.
In one's prime. Okay, meaning being in the best, most successful period of your life, like a runner in their fastest races, or having the energy to advance at work in your early 30s.
Right. And people often confuse this with just being successful.
Wait, really? How is it different?
Well, you can be successful at any point in your life, but in one's prime specifically refers to an era like a biological, athletic, or career era.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's an absolute peak period of physical or mental ability, and the nuance is that it cannot last forever.
So there's a time limit on a prime.
Exactly. A workplace example would be, having spent 2 decades refining his technique, the director felt he was finally in his prime.
Like all the stars aligned, and he is at his absolute best right now.
Yes. But of course, when someone is in their prime, it can unfortunately trigger some negative emotions in colleagues, right?
Oh, for sure. Jealousy rears its ugly head. Which brings us to our final phrase before the quiz. To begrudge someone.
To begrudge someone. This means to feel resentful or envious that someone enjoys something.
Like trying to admire hard work rather than begrudging a coworker's success.
Exactly. And the nuance here is comparing it to envy.
Because if you envy someone, you just want what they have, right?
Yes. If you envy them, you want their nice office. But if you begrudge someone, the nuance is that you feel they do not deserve what they have.
Oh, wow. That's a lot harsher.
It's very harsh. So in the workplace, you usually use it in the negative to show you are being fair. Like, I can't begrudge him the promotion. He worked 60-hour weeks for a year.
So you're saying, I might be a little jealous, but I acknowledge he deserves it. I don't begrudge him.
You nailed it.
Awesome. Well, that wraps up the phrases, so now it is time for the end of episode quiz.
Let's see how much everyone remembers.
And for you listening, feel free to pause the podcast here if you need to think about the answer. I'm going to read each question and 3 options. Option A, option B, and option C.
And we'll give you the answer and a quick reminder right after the options for each question.
Perfect. Let's do it. Question 1. Which sentence uses the idiomatic phrase, in one's prime, correctly based on context? Option A. The professional beef processing butcher was instructed to check if the cattle were in one's prime during the abattoir grading session.
Let's hear the next one.
Option B. The deeply frustrated young retail clerk aggressively managed to completely drop a white line while in one's prime. Or option C. Having spent 2 decades refining his athletic technique, the champion sprinter felt he was finally in one's prime.
And the correct answer is option C.
Option C.
Yeah, remember the nuance of in one's prime.
Mm-hmm.
It refers to a peak career or athletic period for a human, like that champion sprinter reaching his peak era.
Right, not the cattle. Okay, question 2. Select the context where the phrase heaven sent is most appropriately used figuratively. Option A. The unexpected grant funding arrived just as our research project was running out of cash, making it an absolute heaven-sent blessing.
Okay.
Option B, the professional theological seminary clergyman was instructed to deliver a heaven-sent sermon during the Sunday morning service. Or option C, the incredibly clumsy warehouse inventory clerk accidentally managed to quickly buy some large systems that were heaven-sent.
That would be option A,
Awesome.
because heaven sent is about arriving at the exact right moment of desperate need, just like the unexpected grant funding saving a dying project.
Like that umbrella in the sudden storm. All right, question 3. In which situation does someone accurately utilize the advanced phrase to round up contextually? Option A. The professional livestock farming cowboy was instructed to round up the cattle during the morning pasture sweep.
Tricky.
Option B. Before beginning the strategic conference session, the coordinator needed to round up all the wandering delegates from the lobby. Or option C. The completely terrified young wilderness traveler unexpectedly noticed an exceptionally massive, heavy tool chest to round up.
The answer we're looking for is option B.
Wait, why not option A with the cowboy?
Well, the cowboy is the literal origin of to round up, but in advanced professional English, we use it figuratively to mean gathering a scattered, busy team like those wandering delegates.
Got it. Context is key. Question 4. Which response best demonstrates the advanced phrase, in turmoil, figuratively? Option A. Following the abrupt resignation of the chief executive, the entire corporate hierarchy was left in complete turmoil.
Moving along.
Option B. The professional marine salvage diver was instructed to check if the shipwreck was in turmoil during the underwater storm. Or option C. The incredible clumsy warehouse inventory clerk accidentally managed to quickly catch that white balance in turmoil.
Definitely option A.
Makes sense.
Yeah, in turmoil perfectly describes the emotional confusion and chaos of surprising office news, like a CEO suddenly quitting.
Total panic. Okay, question 5. How would a professional accurately use the phrase, to confide in someone, contextually? Option A. The professional espionage and intelligence gathering agent was instructed to confide in someone during the undercover operation.
I don't know if spies confide much.
Probably not. Option B. The completely confused amateur theater group unexpectedly decided to proudly paint a clean frame to confide in someone. Or option C. Knowing she could trust his absolute discretion, she decided to confide in someone, specifically her mentor, regarding her plans to switch careers.
That is option C.
Right.
To confide in someone requires vulnerability and absolute trust, which is exactly why you choose a discreet mentor.
All right, question 6. Which scenario perfectly illustrates the meaning of the phrase to take someone through their paces contextually? Option A. The professional track and field sprinting coach was instructed to take someone through their paces on the running track.
Let's keep going.
Option B. During the initial onboarding week, the senior engineer took the new junior developers through their paces with a series of complex coding tests. Or option C. The incredibly clumsy hotel maintenance worker accidentally managed to completely drop that red tray to take someone through their paces.
The best answer is option B.
The coding tests.
Exactly. To take someone through their paces figuratively means rigorously testing new hires on their practical abilities under pressure.
2 left. Question 7. Which sentence accurately utilizes the advanced phrase to fill someone in contextually? Option A. Since you missed the morning strategy briefing, let me quickly fill you in on the key client decisions we reached.
Sounds familiar.
Option B. The professional commercial construction mason was instructed to fill someone in during the brick wall mortar laying. Or option C. The deeply confused young kitchen assistant accidentally managed to quickly slice a fresh piece of to fill someone in.
Answer is option A.
Yeah.
To fill someone in is all about providing missing information to someone who was absent, like bringing them up to speed on a misbriefing.
Perfect. Last one. Question 8. Which of the following statements correctly uses to begrudge someone contextually? Option A. The professional gardening and landscaping specialist was instructed to begrudge someone.
Okay.
Option B. I don't begrudge someone, like my coworker, their early promotion, as they worked incredibly hard for it. Or option C. The incredibly clumsy warehouse clerk accidentally managed to begrudge someone a white balance.
And the final answer is option B.
Nice.
Yeah. The phrase to begrudge someone carries that nuance of resenting someone's success because you feel they don't deserve it. Saying you don't begrudge them means you recognize their hard work.
Well, I hope everyone listening got 8 out of 8.
Me too. And, I just want to leave everyone with a final, slightly provocative thought before we wrap up today's deep dive.
Oh, please do.
So we've discussed how advanced idioms shape our professional image, how we sound to others. But consider this. Does the way we use these phrases actually alter our workplace culture?
Oh, that's interesting.
Right, like by choosing to label a difficult transition as taking us through our paces, which is a test of skill, rather than saying we are in turmoil, which implies chaos.
Wow, yeah.
We might literally be rewiring how our brains and our teams perceive stress. It's really something to mull over before your next Monday morning meeting.
That is such a great point. It's not just what you say, it's how you frame reality for everyone around you.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much for joining us to practice your advanced English today. I hope you found these nuances as fascinating as we did. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.